What's going on, everybody? Hell broke Lucy here. I got a different topic. In advance, I apologize for having to bring this shit to my channel where I like to talk about religion and politics, but it's something I have to do for myself, if for nobody else. I have a couple small channels that I've used from time to time when I piss people off and they report en masse. My YouTube channel, I've been put into sanction, and so I have my other channels as backup. This is about a fellow named Brian Cabral. I call him Butt Cricket. Some of you know the name, and you're going to get to know the name better. I don't know where to start this story except from the beginning. A year and 8 months ago. Let that sink in. A year and 8 months ago, this asshole decided to crawl up my ass and make me his personal life. What was going on was, and some of you may be aware of this, I had, as childish as they may seem, page wars with homophobic pages. HAM, Heterosexual Awareness Month, Heterosexual Awareness Pride, and all of that shit. And who needs to be proud to be a homosexual? I mean, a heterosexual pride, heterosexual awareness month. I'm sorry. All it was pages of hate, and the hate was sickening. And young people would scroll through and read these pages and feel bad about themselves. It was the condemnation of a natural demographic of human beings. They have closed in on the gay gene, and without the gay gene, it's still genetically imposed that we're gay. It's nature. Fuck those that think it goes against the Bible, because the Bible is what? Toilet paper. It's a myth that if you don't get the black ink on your ass, you wipe yourself with it. It's a book of hatred and division. It has no place in our society. That book has no authority. And they took all of their hate from that book and spread the vilest things, wanting to do murder. If there was a story of a young gay kid that had hung himself, the comments would be, good riddance. Well, I, being a natural-born fighter, it's just what I am. It's nothing to brag about. I took all these pages on by myself, and it was intense. I got death threats. My cousin got blackmailed. My other cousin got mocked in the most terrible ways, all because they were associated with me. But I never let up. Through the death threats, through the threats of wanting to rape my daughter, I kept fighting. And eventually, with me and the help of many others, those pages have disappeared. Facebook will no longer recognize them. Those hate pages are gone. That was a noble and righteous war. Now back to the story. During this war, Brian Cabral wasn't getting the attention that he wanted. I had become a very testy, angry person due to these wars with these bigoted murderers. Yes, I had. That's natural. I didn't have time for trivia. I didn't have time to be sidetracked. Cabral hated it. So he went to 4 or 5 of my female friends and told them stories like I'm an egomaniac, a narcissist out of control, blah, 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 fucking goddamn blah. And none of it was about me. And so he started videos about me. And they eventually morphed into nothing but pure lies. A year and 8 months ago, it has been non-goddamn stop. And I took the advice of some of you people saying, ignore him. I ignored him for months at a time, twice. He only went crazier. his lies got more rampant. There was a conversation in a relationship I had with a woman who turned on me, and Cabral milked her and coaxed her into talking bad shit about me. I said some things to her in confidence. Cabral breached that confidence, and so did the lady, and now that comes out. It wasn't all that bad. It was an argument. His lies include that I used my cousin who I lived with for a while. I was never homeless. It was a home arrangement. I paid over half of the utilities, the expenses of living off the grid. It's expensive living off the grid unless you do it completely properly. Well, we only half-ass lived off the grid. And my cousin and I loved each other, and we got along fine. But my cousin's a bully, and I'm the last one to get bullied. You can stomp my ass, you can do whatever the fuck you want to me, but I'm not going to get bullied. And this had gone on several times, and one night I was drinking, and I said, enough of this shit. I'm not getting bullied anymore. And that was enough of that shit. And he kicked me out of the house. I'm an alcoholic. I've never hid that from you all. What you don't know is I've spent 26 of the last 28 years stone cold sober. Cabral lies and says I'm drunk out of my mind all of the time. He says I'm homeless all of the time. These are just blatant lies. I was homeless for 3 weeks of my life this past summer, and it taught me a valuable lesson. I now know something that I could not otherwise have learned, and I don't regret it. It's like Mark Twain said, you learn a lesson by swinging a cat by the tail that can be learned in no other way. And through a poor choice I made, I ended up in a shithole part of America, no friends, no family, and it got bad. Cabral takes that into my whole life is spent homeless. I've been married 3 times, took care of my wives. I've had 1 or 2 other long-term relationships. We're all friends. Cabral lies and says I abuse women through this one heated conversation that he has on that this lady took and gave him, where I left her a voice message. That's abuse of women. I did not abuse my cousin. I did not abuse his wife. I did not abuse my niece. These are all goddamn lies. He claims over and over and over and over that he has 58 proofs of me abusing women, but they never show up. He brought up one where one of my friends got pissed at me and made the mistake of going to Cabral about it, but me and her are still good friends. She realized that it was alcohol talking. She's a smart, intelligent person, contrary to Cabral. Just a few hours ago, Cabral made a message, said I unfriended her, that I jumped her shit for going to him. None of that is true. You're a goddamn liar, Cabral. And then you made a message in a video a few days ago saying if the Steve McClung were willing to reach out to you, you would listen. Steve McClung reached out to you and told you in no uncertain terms that there's no way that I desire to ever be your friend. Not ever. I would rather be a friend with a little rat, like on the Green Mile. That's a good friend. You're not a friend, and I would never want you as such. And then I went to bed. I woke up to 10 inboxes from Cabral. And then to lay my legal footprint down, because this is going to get real, Brian, I kept asking, what's it going to take to get you out of my life? He wouldn't answer. What's it going to take to get you out of my life? He wouldn't answer. On and on. I kept asking that question. That's laying the legal foundation for what's coming. You don't think it's coming, do you? It's coming. For any of you friends that are aware of this shitstorm, and have any trust in me whatsoever. You've never busted me in a lie. Am I a narcissist to you? Am I an egomaniac to you? Or am I someone that just simply possesses the skills of calling bullshit what it is with my unique language characteristics? You decide. His name's Brian Cabral. He's got a YouTube channel. I was going to post one of his YouTubes in my comments, but I'm not going to do that. You can Google it on YouTube, Brian Cabral. Now, if he hears this, he'll make all of his videos private so that nobody can see him. He's got hundreds and hundreds. He's made 30 videos to my one. He says I'm a name caller. For every time I've called him a son of a bitch, he's called me 30, 40 names. He doesn't know the meaning of hypocrite, and he has been stalking me and harassing me for 18 months. Year and 8 months. 20 months. I've thought about joining groups online for people who are victims of stalkers just to see if I could get any pointers on how to deal with them, how to make them go away. But I'm more of an independent. I just couldn't go that way. But I did get some really good advice from a friend of mine named Ken on how to handle this situation, and I'm going to start on it tomorrow. Stalkers take it out of you. Harassers on the internet, they take it out of you eventually, over and over, time and time and time. It keeps going, and it erodes your self-worth. It erodes your confidence. It erodes who and what you are, whether it's true or not. It's the incessant pounding. It's like Chinese water torture. It's like mind control and mind washing methods used by various countries. Nazi comes to mind. And it's gotten very goddamn old. In a nutshell, Cabral is a bad person. And Brian, you keep bringing up your daughters, how you want to come and whip my ass. You get on a plane and you get here. When you get here, I'll text you and we'll meet. Bring your daughters. I don't know what type of low-life wretch threatens to bring their daughters to a fight. You have no morals. You claim that you're friends with my family. Richard is not my family. He's blood, but he blew the family thing. My sister, my daughter, and my son are my family. You don't know any of them, and you're not welcome in any of them's home. Are you clear on that? Richard owes me. Stan owes me for damages, for broken commitments. You better back up and kiss your own ass. I've told not one lie on you in this video. But you get on that plane, you keep bragging about one and done, one and done, one and done. Elbow punch. The one who does the bragging has to bring it. Get your daughters to back you up and get on the plane and come here, and I will meet you 1-on-3. Because no matter what training you got, they did not train you to fight Wolverines. Now there you go, folks. This is in the public. Go to Brian Cabral, and you can read all of this filth, video after video after video, that makes you want to go, poof, poof, poof. Same things over and over and over. He's a wretched, lying bastard. Now, the next video, I'm going to do some politics. I broke Lucy out.